Broadcasting live from Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome to the BallerAlert show. I go by the name of Ferrari Simmons.
I go by the name, BT.
Hey, man, Wafi from Jewelry Unlimited is in the building.
Hey!
All right, this is actually our real friend.
And our real jeweler.
You introduced me to Wafi.
Yep.
I met Wafi and I spent money with him the same day.
I think everybody that I introduced to Wafi spent money the same day.
I'm not, like, wealthy, though.
I mean, hey, hell, man, me
I'm
either.
upper echelon, but I ain't up there.
Me either. Ask Wafi how many times I asked him for discounts.
Every time.
I don't necessarily ask for a discount, but I say, hey,
I'm
man,
asking for discounts.
look, I bought my wife's engagement ring from Wafi.
Right.
You actually built it for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he like created it.
That was what, like 3-4 years now?
2019.
Okay, 5.
I paid a lot of money for the ring.
Yeah, I mean, you make a
As
lot of
you
money.
should.
You make a lot
for
of money.
for sure. But like that was the highest thing I ever got for somebody outside of myself. Damn,
That's
I didn't
normal,
even-
though. I think
I didn't
most
even wear
people
mine.
would say that.
Nah, for sure. For sure.
That
Yeah.
is normal. But yeah, Wafi does everybody's jewelry, like,
Lil Baby, mostly I saw that in the
that
beginning.
Falcons chain
Yeah.
is crazy.
I believe you did like the
think it
other
was.
stuff. Like you did one of his first big chains too.
Like back in 17.
Yeah.
Like 4 PF chains back in the day.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who was like the first? I would say like the first artist that really shop with you and just started. You kind of seen the influence. Like I just remember when I first came to your shop because
First of all, how did you find Wafi? Where did you find Wafi?
we have a mutual friend. So
Okay.
I believe Sham they had a dinner and I went to the dinner and Wafi was there. He was like, "Hey man, if you want to get some jewelry, you need to holler at Wafi." And he's like, he does everybody jewelry, da da da. He's super cool. So I went and had a conversation with him at the dinner, and I got his number. He said, "Yo, pull up on me anytime." And then I went to his store, and everybody was like, "Yeah, what's that chain Quavo was wearing? I want the chain just like that." And I was like, "Yo," and then you go in the store,
Right.
you can see because that's when you was in a mall.
Yeah.
Northlake Mall.
Northlake Mall.
Yeah.
Right.
One of my favorite malls. Hint, hint, J-Rock. But anyway, we had a mall conversation that went viral. It's still going viral on my Instagram page at Ferrari Simmons, top 3 malls in Atlanta.
But you can't still think it's the one.
No.
No.
But
Yeah.
I was just saying back in the day, I used to go to the Northlake Mall all the time.
Yeah.
First of all, your store and that American Deli at that mall was top tier.
I mean, I think that was the last 2 stores in that mall left over.
Yo, that mall used to be so ghost. The only thing you could do while you waiting on your jury is to go get some American Deli.
Now, I used to see any and every celebrity in Wafi's jewelry store.
And they would be right in the mall.
But this is now, Wafi. When can we take it back though? When did you start like jewelry, or when did you say like? How does it go? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be a jeweler. How does this?
No.
Because you're our first interviewee. Correct me if I'm wrong. That we're interviewing about
Like
jewelry.
in the jewelry business.
Yeah.
Correct.
I mean, it was just ground up. It was, I had access to jewelry. My dad had a kiosk in the mall, so I had access to his wholesalers. So I just started taking that merchandise, putting it online, selling it on marketplaces like eBay, Amazon. And it was like, I mean, it started with like, $20 items selling for $30. And this was while I was in college. So that $10 would be some money for me, it was something. And, well, if you do it enough, then it becomes, and then you see the value of it. Then once, like my second year, I was like, oh yeah, I can actually do something with this, And that it was just purely e-commerce. That's why we had the merchandise. When I started dealing with rappers, I would have like Paddocks and APs in Northlake Mall. Now no one's buying that just walking around,
Correct.
You have to come in to buy one of those. And by me having those, it was so weird for them. They would be like, what is this doing here? Why does this guy have all this stuff? And it was because I was selling them online. And I just used that store as like a retail outlet if somebody wants to come look at the piece. Otherwise, they would all be in the safe. We would be, taking calls and selling them online. So it was like a weird mix that we ended up at Northlake Mall and actually having the merchandise that people wanted to buy, like high end, So that's why that's why they pulled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, You definitely got the big boy jewelry in there.
My question, my next question is, my bad, BT. How do you build a clientele as a jeweler
It's relationship
from the ground
based.
up?
Yeah.
So it's just all word of mouth.
Were you?
It's word of mouth and it's relationship based. Like, I mean,
Because I was gonna say more
Yeah.
so. This is what I meant. Did you like build relationships, like you said, with the up and coming rappers, and when they blew up, they stayed with you, or did you, like, how did Wafi Jewelry Unlimited do it?
I don't think it was ever strategic. Like, it was, you treat everybody coming in as a potential client that might spend. Good
You are
money.
very nice to people when they walk in.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like if you just use a standard and be consistent, I think it works out in the end. And it wasn't ever like, oh, this guy's blowing up. Let me hit him up and let me try to get him now.
So it was
before
not
he's-
like that.
It wasn't like that. I don't think it was ever strategic like that. It was so like organic and chill.
The reason why I asked that is because it was a trend to me.
Yeah.
All the new rappers were coming to Wafi.
Yeah.
And who came up with the word the Wafi way? Was that Quavo?
I think it was Takeoff.
Takeoff, long live Takeoff.
Long live Takeoff.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it was just like he was just in the store one day, and I pulled up my phone and I was like, hey, let me do a quick video with whatever he bought that day. And he went on this little rant, and I still have that video. And it goes like, he's like, that way, Atlanta way, Wafi way. And it was just like that. And it was, I don't even think I posted it, but it was cool. And I hashtagged it, and people caught on, yeah. I don't think it's still a thing, but yeah.
Yes, the hell it is.
I mean, we saying it on the radio every day.
Yeah. I see other jewelers trying to do it like this way, that way,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely Takeoff. And I remember vividly, like it was him in the store, just vibing,
Northlake Mall.
Northlake Mall. Northlake Mall. And it was like, I saw my little jeweler. I looked at the videos because I was looking, when he passed away, I was looking for some videos that, and now iPhones are smart. It like picks up everything about that one person. And I saw that video recently. So,
Damn.
Now, who was somebody that came to your store that you was like, I can't believe, this person
this person's in the store.
actually knows about my company.
That's an interesting question. Who would just pop up? Like I usually am in the back, right? I
Right.
never really come to the front. So I don't see these people walking in, but I'll get texts from my employees and be like, hey, this person's here. And I remember like was taken aback when I think it was like 2 Chainz or like Waka Flocka, or I think it was Waka Flocka who came like unannounced. And I grew up listening to his music, and it was just usually they announce, right? They'll hit me a DM, be like, hey, I want to check you out, and those DMs get forwarded to me immediately. And but like just showing up unannounced it's not that often, but yeah, those 2 come to mind.
They'll just randomly just show up
Yeah.
and
And I get a text where like, this guy's in the store. I'm like, wait, are you sure? And then now I have cameras, so I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's in the store,
Look, this how you know he's evolved. He said, now I got cameras. I can just see who, all right, who's in the store today.
But you should be.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. No, I mean, like, even like a little baby will come unannounced and be like, oh, he'll just come with like somebody who I knew was coming, like 42 Doug's coming, and like, oh, he's with baby and Rilo and everybody. And like,
Yeah.
So it's like a whole crew that pulls up one day, Yeah.
Okay. Now, was there a moment where you was like, okay, I'm outgrowing the Northlake Mall. I need my own space?
The Northlake Mall was like a lucky charm to me. I never really thought to leave. I was going to open a second store, but it was Northlake Mall that wanted me out. And,
Really?
Yeah, which is weird, right? Because you would think that I'm bringing in like good clients.
I'd say the
high big
majority of the
spenders.
business of the mall.
Yeah.
You was keeping
like-
American Deli alive.
Swear. You use one rule. You go to Wafi, then you hit the American Deli. You go to American Deli, put the order in, go handle your business with Wafi, pick it up, slide up out of there.
Right.
Park.
I see
You
a
park
lot
by
of
the
people
food court.
park by the
Hello.
food court, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now they were, I guess they didn't like the type of clientele we were bringing, because
Okay.
we have like armed guards. We had like people coming in with guns, and it's normal when you're dealing with high value pieces to walk out with security or something like
Yeah.
that, So I thought, I mean, they sold a portion of that mall to Emory.
Okay.
And it's just like their offices, so they thought they didn't gel well. So
Okay.
Wait,
'Cause,
Emory,
Emory.
the
Healthcare.
healthcare, yeah, it's like their offices.
inside the mall?
Yeah. Well,
One
it's
portion
converting.
of it,
It's converting. It's like a school too.
there's a school there too.
Yeah.
yeah, a
I saw
private
it.
school. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like there's sort of like a J.C. Penney wing to the whole thing to one business, right? So then they converted inside. Yeah.
When we went to shoot some content with them, I took a little trip down memory lane. I was like, damn, it's not even here no more. If you drive around.
So they like, we don't want, basically, we don't want rappers.
Okay, so
Basically.
all right, man.
More or less.
So you moved to the new space,
Yeah.
and I don't know if this was to commemorate. What's the word? Commemorate the space. Latto shoots a video with Cardi B in your store.
Right.
That's fire.
That's
Yeah,
fire.
How did that happen?
was fire.
That, yeah. Latto's been around with us since day one. You know, I think I made her first chain. It was a little chain that said Mula. This is when she used to go by Mulatto, right?
Mulatto.
And yeah, so one of her managers or herself hit me up and were like, "Hey, I want to shoot a video." And at that point, she couldn't say who was supposed to be in the video. It was like a hush hush thing, and she's like, "Can I use your space?" And I would have said yes anyway. But then later I realized it was Cardi B with her. And yeah, it was like a whole day shoot. We had to close the store, but it's okay, you know, one day.
For sure.
And, and then, yeah, they just shot it. They had like a whole setup outside with their what are those, caravans? Set up
Production
outside,
team.
Production team.
And it's a small store. Like, I mean, the showroom is only 1,000 square foot. So there was a whole production team. There's a director and there's like a lot of people there. This is a tight space. And yeah, we made it work though. It was cool.
Oh, that was dope.
Yeah, the video came out fire too.
I know. Yeah, it did. It put a good spin on things, but now it's like, no, it looked good in the video for sure. Yeah, I could see like they had the ad placements in there and we had ours. So it worked out well. Yeah.
All right,
People
so
like to see that.
I gotta ask you a question, Wafi. I need your help. Okay, Elisa, clip this motherfucker up. Okay. What are the differences in diamonds, and should people be concerned with how clear the diamonds are? Like you got VVS,
Yeah.
VS, and then what's after that?
SI1, SI2, I1, I2.
And then you also have lab diamonds.
There's lab diamonds now. Yeah.
Okay, what are the differences between these?
So first.
The clarity, correct?
Yeah. So there's 4 C's. There's clarity, color, cut, and carat. Carat is the size. Cut is actually very important, which most people don't even look at, which is how well the diamond is cut. Just how many facets. Is it an ideal cut? Like there'll be a diamond dispersion of light is, if it's an ideal cut, will have more light dispersion than if it was a good cut or very good cut. Then there's color, which is graded from D, E, F, G, all the way down to Z. And then there's clarity. Clarity becomes the most popular thing. But clarity's VVS stands for very, very small inclusions. What that is just imperfections in the diamond naturally. And so the less imperfections, the higher it is on the scale. VS goes to VS, very small inclusions, then small inclusions, then included. And inclusions are just imperfections. So that's the grading. Now there's lab diamonds is like, you know how the rough comes from the earth? The rough in lab diamonds is made in a lab. The cutting process, everything else remain the same. The grading process remains the same. Chemically, they are the same. And but they were originated from the lab.
But it is a real diamond.
It is a diamond. Like chemically, it's a diamond. But there's ways to tell the difference. We have machines in our store that will pick up lab-grown diamonds, you know? Yeah. So, they don't... I always say that once they make a handheld... This machine is big. Like, it's a $10,000 machine that most, you know... Those kids on the street are not going to have this.
Okay.
But eventually there will be one.
There'll be one that
a handheld machine that you could just pull up on somebody and test
say
if
this
they're
is
lab
lab
or
or is
a natural,
or lab or natural.
Yeah, Earth Mind. Earth Mind is the opposite of lab.
But
So,
should that matter?
Should it matter? It's up
In
to
your
you.
opinion.
Like, it's up to you. I mean, then, you always had alternatives. If the guy who was wearing Moissanites, it probably doesn't matter
What's
to him.
Moissanites?
Moissanite's trash. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's.
Those things be shining when I see them on Instagram, boy.
Man, so does CZs.
Man,
So does what?
CZs.
What is CZs?
Cubic zirconia.
Oh, okay. Cubic
Yeah.
zirconia.
Yeah.
That's
So
and
he's
that's
talking-
those.
he's talking that jury
That's
lingo.
fake.
That's fake. And so is Moissanite. I
So
think.
Moissanite, but what is that? Is that a stone or rock?
It is a stone. It's
Okay.
it's its own stone. That is
Why it looks so
actually
shiny, like
Right.
like glitter?
But dog, that thing is too shiny. It's shinier than I would say. I've seen because I like to look at diamonds. So
Yeah.
I've seen a lab grown diamond and like a VVS and a VS.
Uh-huh.
The lab grown looks nicer in quality than the VVS and the VS. Is that because it's lab grown?
The VVS VS. The lab grown is graded on the same scale as diamonds are graded. So you can have a VS lab grown and you can have a VVS natural. The VVS natural will shine more.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's a baguette?
Baguette is a different cut of the diamond.
Okay.
Meaning it's still a diamond. You can cut diamonds in different shapes. You
Got
can
it.
cut them in baguette cut, emerald cut, radiant cut, cushion cut. You've heard of that.
Yes, yes.
You know? And
Doing
the
this for content reason, as you can tell.
Yeah. The round is the most popular. The round is the most expensive still.
Okay.
And so lab growns, you don't find included lab growns, okay? Because the cutting and the making and the polishing of the diamond is all done by hand. Only the lab grown, the rough is made in the lab. So if you get a bad rough, they're not going to go through the whole process of cutting it and making it perfect because that's all done by hand. That's expensive to do. They're just going to throw that shit out and make a new one, like because you can just make a new rough.
And you got colors because you got me these yellow canaries.
Right.
It took you a minute to get these too.
Yeah, it's like we don't, I'm
You had to
so
find them
used
for
to-
me.
Yeah, it's like I don't have the sources that well in the colored stones as I do with white stones. So, but it was a couple more phone calls than usual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this: Does the lab grown, the lab diamonds? Do you think that's eventually going to affect like the jewelry business?
I think it already has. Yeah, I think it is very much. I feel like the richest people are the ones who are like, man, I don't want to spend that much on this.
Yeah.
I just wear lab. No one's ever gonna second guess me, because everyone knows who I am or how much money I got. So I feel like those. I see the reasoning.
Right.
Yeah. There's no way to tell the difference visually.
I've seen a lot of artists also say that they have a fake set of jewelry that they'll wear out of town. So like if they're out of town and they're traveling, they're not going to take their real jewelry. They'll have a fake version of it. Do
Yeah.
people come to you for?
Not so much artists. Artists
Okay.
take pride in I'll wear my shit wherever I go.
Okay.
Like I don't need to make a fake version of it. But I feel like a lady with a big engagement ring, I've had to make replicas. So when
Okay.
because they're susceptible regardless of where they go. Usually they're with their, but they don't have security and stuff like that. So they don't want to risk taking. In fact, certain sizes of diamonds, the insurance company makes you make a. To get it insured, they'll be like, "Hey, you need to get a replica. So when you travel, we need you to have that." So it's once you get in a certain price point. So yeah, we do that, and it's generally gonna be like either CZ. Lab growns are not like cheap, so it's not gonna be a lab grown, but it's probably a CZ.
Got it. Cubic zirconia.
Yeah.
Got it. I'm learning these. Now I want to get into Rolexes with you, man, because I got we got our first Rolex for you. I'm not wearing mine. BT wearing his though. You know what I'm saying? The Rolex game is completely different than the diamond game. Is it or is it not?
Yeah, the Rolex
Or the watch game?
Yeah, I mean watches are so like available everywhere, right? Like, and especially world is a small place now, so. You type in a model number of watch, you're gonna hit 100 different sellers in your city that sell the watches. So it's a very competitive business, very competitive. Low margins, but you kind of have to.
Low
have
margins meaning you don't make a big profit.
No. Like on a $30,000 watch, we'll make $2,500, if that. Which is not a great investment to profit
to even
ratio.
buy the watch. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, if it sits on the shelf for 6 months, then it's actually not a good buy. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have used that 30,000 build jewelry.
Is it true that if you bust a watch down, that loses value to the watch?
That's a good question. I think it's all depending on how many people want a bust down. Like if you asked me that 5 years ago, I would say straight up no. Because 5 years ago people wanted bust down, so the demand is there. You're adding diamonds to it. As long as the demand is there, the value remains.
There's supply and demand.
Yeah. So there was.
Got it.
Now people are moving away from buzz downs.
I see a lot more plain Jane watch wearers now in the hip hop community,
and a lot very expensive watches too. Like and they saw the price of during COVID, the price of watches were going crazy, and they saw it going up, and then they saw their watch like, wait, this is worth double now. Let me just buy more of these, and I think that might have affected the trend, just like seeing it happen in front of you. But what happened was never gonna happen again. That's my like.
You mean during COVID with the spike
price,
and all that?
Yeah, the price. I feel like it was a one-off thing, and it didn't make any sense for a watch that is 40,000 retail to be selling for 80,000 in the gray market. Gray market is outside of anything reselling wise is called the gray market, and for it to be selling for double, it wasn't a sensible thing, but it did, and people were buying it. So it was. I think that was a one-off thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, how influential are these rappers when it comes to what type of jewelry people buy and the market of jewelry?
I think very. Like, I think the market trends are set by celebrities in general, not like ball players, I would say, rappers, streamers today, like just celebrities in general. I feel like you want to, like if Cardi B wears a Tiffany bracelet, I bet their sales go up, Van Cleef bracelets, how there was a trend of people
those was very popular.
Yeah. I don't know who started that trend, but but it had to be one of these celebrities picking it up and introducing it to
the urban market.
A different market that they weren't used to seeing. Like Van Cleef has their regular clientele for 100 years, but it didn't make it so mainstream until the last few years.
Yeah, because now you see it's like once you see a big celebrity wearing something, then I said, okay, this is about to go up. This is about to go up. Everybody's going to start wearing this now.
Yeah, I think there is a trend. Patek Philippe, I remember I bought myself one in like 2015. It's a 5711 Nautilus, which is their basic model. On the version that you guys see a lot is that cushion shape, and I paid $30K. Now the watch is worth $100K. But this was like before I sold it. I didn't make that $100K. I sold it too early. But what I was saying is like before even COVID, because people were icing out Pateks and like there was mentions in songs and stuff like that. So there was a direct correlation to its price increase. Like that 28 was a 40, which
and they noticed that too, right?
Who?
Does
Patek?
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure they do. They will never say they do, but they do.
They definitely noticed that if a big rapper go out and shout them out and say this is what I'm rocking, and they sales are gonna go up.
Man, but the brands are so pretentious and like they like want to keep their origins the same, and I don't know how they notice it. I wonder, even I don't know how they react to it. Is it a good thing, bad thing? Like, I don't know how they're actually in the back being like, hey, we want this publicity or we don't want this publicity. But I think AP, for example, like they collab with rappers. Like they did this Travis Scott collab last year. Big for them, Before that, they collabed with ball players like LeBron and I think Jay-Z had a AP collab. So they're with it. Patek, I haven't really heard any kind of collabs,
What about Rolex?
No collabs.
I only see Rolex collab with like big athletes. Like because I go on the website.
Gotcha.
And I see like the big tennis player, I forget his name.
Federer?
One of the He had.
yeah.
I don't know if it was his watch, but he was wearing.
He was
the
wearing
watch,
one.
You know what I'm saying? On their website.
Wimbledon, when you watch Wimbledon, you'll see Rolex clocks all over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
now
you
I do
watch,
notice that.
So he was the
Grand
champion.
Prix,
Whoever the
yeah.
champion is, they'll get their photo shoot and
Yeah.
wear the. I think it's I forget the name of the.
But I've never
watch.
seen them do anything with like entertainers,
Never.
right? Like
I've never seen it. I've seen entertainers customized, but I've never seen Rolex do a partnership or a collab.
That's interesting.
Only athletes.
Now some rappers gonna have a deal pretty soon with Rolex. And
I don't
then
know,
they're gonna say that I was the first rapper.
I don't think so.
With a Rolex deal.
I would like
Rolex
to
don't
see
care. Rolex is like Ferrari. You're gonna come to me whether you want to or not.
That.
That's
They're
true.
the king. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the king still. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, two more things, Wafi. First thing is is there ever there's never jewelry beef between jewelers, right? Or I'm just asking.
What?
He can say no comment. No, I want you to say that.
I mean, I think it's it's a competition,
Okay.
but I mean,
Do you guys often know each other privately? Sometimes,
Are
yeah,
y'all
for
friends?
sure.
or friends,
I've been friends with every jeweler I've met. You know,
Okay.
in fact, I have jewelers who will call me now and be like, "Hey, is this fake? Is it real? Is this like asking me for advice?" And I'm very upfront with it because I had somebody that I got advice from when I was coming up. So it's just, yeah, sure, don't buy that for this price. This is the price it sells for. Don't pay more than that. Even today, I get people, I wholesale too, so to other jewelry stores. So if they need something, they'll call me for a sale. It's, a sale is a sale. I understand it, so I'll sell it to them at a wholesale price and they'll sell it to their retail. So you can't beef and really be closed-minded in this business and expect to grow. You're just going to, you have to work together.
Got it.
Yeah.
Is there ever any jewelers in the business? You don't have to say nobody name that you know that you like. Hey man, don't buy from them over there because they selling
Bullshit.
Yeah.
No, man.
Or do you
I mean,
not say anything?
I tend not to. There's two ways of selling jewelry. You can hate on the competition and sell it that way and be like, my stuff's better, or be like, hey, I like what you purchased, but look at what I got too.
Got it.
I choose the latter always. It's like, just look at my price point, look at what I can do. If you feel like it's better, then shop with me. If not, and you let your jewelry or your work kind of talk, and I prefer it that way.
Now, how did your dad come up with these games?
My dad, man, that's been his thing. Like at dinner table as growing up, he would have two questions for me and my sister each. Some random thing he thought of or learned that day, and he would ask us a question. Or it could be just the repeated questions. What is A plus B the whole cube? I know that back of my head, A squared plus, because I've regurgitated that so many times. And, but yeah, that's been his thing. So now it's like, what was the first question he asked? I think it was P&B Rock. Again, rest in peace. And my guy filmed it and he posted it and it went viral. And that became a thing.
It's
Yeah.
still viral, actually.
Yeah.
You've seen that one, the P&B one, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
followed
the
the
same
page.
thing. Yeah, that's the same thing. Like now he's kind of running out. Now he Googles. but
Hey man, you got two guys to fill in for you. We got you, man. You know what
Hey.
I'm saying? We're gonna implement that.
I'm gonna go GBT chat. I'm gonna ask GBT
Chat GPT, boy.
GBT. I haven't even used it yet.
I haven't tried it. Yeah,
But
that would be-
everybody's using it. I haven't even tried it yet.
No, I haven't tried asking them for riddles. I bet there would be. It'd be
Oh,
You'll
man.
probably get a limit. You'll get an unlimited
Yeah.
amount of riddles. Too easy.
yeah.
All right, well, man, we appreciate you, man. We got to definitely do a part 2, sir. You're our first jeweler we ever interviewed. I felt like this is cool. We appreciate you. We do have something called the mental health check-in.
Hey guys, this is Wafi from Jewelry Unlimited. Just wanted to say, stay true to what you guys want to do and work hard, man. There's no replacement for hard work. It's coming. Just stay true.
Yeah, and then when the bag get there, shop with Jewelry Unlimited.
Yeah, it's coming.
The Wafi way.